100 million years of biology experiments, and we already have the answer. For every single disease you can imagine, these animals have developed a superpower to become disease resistant, cancer resistant, heart disease resistant, kidney disease resistant. Some animals even heal bones like Superman. And it's just a matter of figuring out the genomics and the AI and the cell lines and putting it all together, and we could help so many people around the world.
So the aim of this hackathon was to bring together two different fields of AI and comparative oncology to try and develop new tools and methods in this emerging field of comparative oncology, using some of the new cutting-edge methods from AI and machine learning. It was also to kind of build the community for comparative oncology, to bring together young researchers from different parts of the country and abroad, to learn skills from one another, to invigorate this field with new young researchers with different backgrounds, and see what kind of prototypes or tools they could develop in a really short, intense amount of time. So why comparative oncology and AI? I think they're both exciting fields. AI is transforming the way that we do science, and comparative oncology is a field that's built on large data sets from diverse species. And traditionally that's been really challenging because we're trying to integrate very diverse types of data. But it is big data, and it's the kind of data that's really well suited to AI approaches. But so far, it's a relatively young, small field. We haven't had that kind of expertise. So it's been a fantastic opportunity to bring together those skills to empower the field of comparative oncology.
So today, lots of research involves some kind of large-scale compute, whether that's through big data sets or big models. So it's becoming increasingly important to have access to resources like this. The components that go into making an environment like this actually already exist, so it's just a matter of piecing them together. We provided teams access to some of our locally served large language models as well. So that was pretty cool because it meant that no data ever left the Cambridge ecosystem. Everything was local, secure.
There are so many problems out there that are just waiting to be tested and tried and worked on, and we just have this, plethora of ideas. You try tons of things that you wouldn't have ordinarily tried because they're not your top priority. There were some things that just came up as ideas that I thought about for a long time, and then people just ran with them here. And then some of them worked, and I was like, wow, I didn't realize if I had thought that would have worked so well, I would have done it earlier.
So our project aims to exploit the natural variation in cancer mortality across the animal kingdom to try to see if there are underlying biological mechanisms that are convergently evolved across these species that can help us provide novel solutions to cancer in humans.
Well, we were able to predict cancer mortality rate relatively well on species which the model hadn't seen before. So hopefully we managed to learn something about the way cancer works and potentially how we could treat it better in humans in the future.
We have been able to rule out a lot of phenotypic differences, and by virtue of that, we can better understand and better sort out genes that are responsible for cancer. And we could utilize that in making new novel drugs that could be useful to the general population.
My background is cellular molecular biologies. I think through this experience, I learned a lot about machine learning and visualizing plots or even the interface of how Python works. So my teammates really helped me out in explaining their thought process behind how to build a model. So it was really interesting. And I did learn a lot.
I come from a more computer science background, so I don't have that much experience working with more traditional methods in genomic data analysis. So I was proud that I could use a method which I'd never heard of before and apply it to a problem which I'd also not thought about before.
I'm participating in the DeepMind internship. Initially, I wanted to come here to observe and maybe learn something because my internship is about interdisciplinary use of AI, how different disciplines use it. But yes, I ended up participating and actually learning more than I expected I would have.
Within a span of 2 days, they understood the problem, they understood the new methods that they have never been exposed to, and they were able to solve the problems in a very impressive way.
I think over the course of the event, they pushed through something like 75 million tokens, which I think I equated to, if you took the first Harry Potter book and stacked it on top of one another, it would reach about 6 or 7 stories high. So that's the amount of text that they sent through these models.
I was really impressed at how competent everybody was. It wasn't like there were just a few competent teams or something. They were all good, and they did all kinds of stuff. There were research findings that surprised me. I mean, I was surprised by how well some things worked. It's such a short time in the scheme of things. Like, I think of a project taking months, you know, and then like within like 36 hours, you see results that are like that have been explored, and it's like that's something I would have budgeted, you know, a couple months for maybe, and then it's just boom, everybody working together. It's just like so much output comes out.
So the strongest team I felt was the one that took really very large scale genomic data, had a very specific question they honed into. They were able to really complete part of the circle that has to go from initial genomic discovery to some biological interpretation and validation.
So I think events like this are incredibly valuable to two communities. One, the comparative oncology and general omics community, because it exposes them to methods and techniques in AI. And the other community is the AI community, because they get exposed to domain knowledge, domain experts, and ways to apply their skills as well. So I would love to see more of these events happening really in the future.
Well, I've been blown away by what people were able to achieve in this hackathon. It's completely changed what I thought could be possible in 2 days when you bring people together. So I think almost all of these projects have the potential to be tools or papers. Particularly these tools are software and ideas that are of immediate benefit to the field of comparative oncology. So I'm hoping that we can work with these teams, and I see a lot of enthusiasm for that. And I'm just super excited about all of these tools that have been developed, because they're going to make a meaningful impact for the comparative oncology community.
What gave me optimism was seeing this next generation of scientists make such progress in less than 2 days. And I can only imagine what's going to happen over the next months, years, and decades.
This hackathon wouldn't have been possible without so many different people. It was initiated by the Fundamental Biology of Cancer program of Cancer Research UK Cambridge Centre. It was funded by Accelerate Science and C2D3, as well as RD enhanced funding. And the prizes for the competition were sponsored by Scan Computers for the winning teams.